Hi everyone! If you still think that creating cinematic videos requires expensive cameras, large production teams, or years of editing experience, then you're likely missing one of the biggest shifts happening right now in AI. Because over the last few years, artificial intelligence has quietly moved from generating simple images and text to something much more ambitious, full-scale video production. And one of the platforms that's constantly at the center of this entire process is Runway. At first glance, Runway looks like just another creative AI tool, but if you start digging deeper, it becomes clear why content creators, directors, and even major studios are paying attention to it. Instead of just helping to edit videos, the platform is starting to change the very way content is created. Here you can generate scenes from a text script, expand frames, remove objects, create cinematic movement, and build visuals that used to require a full production pipeline. And honestly, at this point it all starts to feel a bit strange because for many years high-quality video was strictly tied to money and technical skills. If you needed cinematic shots, you needed cameras, lighting, editing software, visual effects, and usually a whole team of people behind the scenes. But platforms like Runway are starting to drastically lower that barrier, allowing for experimentation with ideas that were practically impossible just a few years ago. What's especially interesting is that Runway doesn't seem limited to a single use case, whether it's YouTube content, short films, commercials, music videos, social media, or just experiments with visual storytelling. The platform feels more like a creative toolkit than a niche AI product. You're not just generating clips, you're building scenes, controlling movement, refining ideas, and creating visuals that already look like a finished production. And this is important because the content itself is changing. The internet is becoming increasingly visual. Audiences expect higher quality, and creators are constantly looking for ways to stand out without a sharp increase in costs and editing time. This is where AI tools like Runway become practically inevitable. Instead of weeks of work on content, creators can prototype ideas faster, experiment more freely, and bring visual scenes to life at a pace that traditional processes simply can't match. Of course, AI isn't replacing directors and cinematographers overnight, and professional production still matters. But something else is clear: the gap between an idea and a finished visual result is rapidly shrinking. And in such an environment, the advantage goes to those who can act quickly, test hypotheses, and adapt faster than the rest. That's likely why Runway is being mentioned more and more in talks about the future of media, film, and content creation, because for the first time, professional-grade visuals are becoming accessible to a much wider audience. If you're interested in AI video production, content creation, or just want to understand where the media industry is headed, Runway is currently one of the most telling tools, because whether people like it or not, the way video is made is already starting to change. And it's one of the clearest signals of where everything is headed next.